Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and in today's video I just kind of wanted to do like a little transition into spring makeup look. So if you guys are interested in hanging out with me and transitioning into spring, then just keep on watching. You know, I gotta say, I haven't filmed in like almost 2 weeks. So I had family visiting. I took an extra day off this week so that I could kind of make up for that time and also like just have a day to just relax, you know? Not that I relaxed on that day off, but I didn't film and I kind of just like cleaned the house and, you know, relaxed a little bit, but like not in the way that I was planning to because I ended up having to go to the store and shit. But I woke up this morning and literally the last thing that I wanted to do was film. Anything but filming. But I have to do it. Also, the irony of the fact that I'm filming like a transition into spring look when it's probably like the coldest day of the year here so far. And like it's still nowhere near as cold as it, you know, is in most of the rest of the country. Like I live in fucking Southern California, but like half of LA County is under blizzard warning right now, so also I've realized that when I'm not filming I tend to forget to put on my lip plumper while I'm doing my eye makeup. So this is the first time in a long time I've put it on and I'm like, Jesus, my lips are burning. So yeah, wasn't gonna film this video today. I was actually gonna film 2 other ones, but I was like, you know what, I don't particularly want, like I'm good now, but like this morning I was just like, I don't want to do it. So I took it down to 1 video. And I actually changed completely the look that I was originally going to do with this palette, which is the Colourpop Aurora Struck. So it was originally supposed to be like a palette throwback Thursday, which it still kind of is, but I was like, you know what, let's do something a little bit different than what I had originally planned to do. Because before was like this really dark blue, like cut crease style smoky eye thing, and I was like, you know what, let's just do something a little bit softer, a little bit easier. Transition into spring, even though it's fucking like 45 degrees outside, and have some fun. Just lash glue all over the back of this fucking palette. This video might end up even being like borderline shot my stash style because I kind of want to do my foundation on camera because I want to try to, in the essence of spring, like wear as little foundation as physically possible. I'm gonna start out with this teal shade down here, Phenomenon. And I'm going to build that up on my inner corners a little bit and also kind of smoke out the outer corner as well. How have you guys been? I know for you guys it hasn't really been too much of a change in my like upload schedule if you're like a regular viewer of mine. I did miss one day because I was out hanging out with everybody and like doing stuff, and I was just like, you know what, I'll put it up another day. And then I ended up deciding kind of last minute that the week that I'm filming this, I'm just gonna do 3 videos in a row and just have 1 video last week. So not a crazy difference for you guys. You guys still saw me the same amount, just in a kind of different schedule. But for me, I haven't talked to you guys in almost 2 weeks. I haven't filmed I don't even remember the last video I filmed, honestly. Like I know for years, I intentionally got myself like really far ahead on filming. Like I'm talking, I was filming Halloween videos in August. Like I would get myself months in advance because there was that period of time. Like when I first started my channel, it was 2020 and I was on partial unemployment. Like I was working, I think 2 days a week. I went from full time down to like 2 days a week. So in my mind, I was like, this schedule that I have right here has an end date. Didn't know when it was at the time, but I was like, this will not last forever, so I have to get myself ahead now while I can. But I also consistently ran into the issue where I would like try to film like, say for example, an anti-haul or like a new product video or something like that, and I would either have to like rearrange my entire schedule to fit it in when it made the most sense, or I was talking about stuff like when it was no longer relevant. So it was towards the end of 2020 that I kind of decided, or the end of 2022, that I kind of decided like, You know what? I would rather be more on time with my videos, in the sense that like I'm filming them closer to when I'm putting them up, and if, you know, something comes up and I have to miss a video, then I have to miss a video. Like, I don't need to have such strict guidelines with myself. I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy brush into the shade Great Earth. No, into the shade Night Sky. Just kidding. Up here, Night Sky. I almost dropped the palette. So yeah, all that to say, my cats are insane. I am a lot closer to like filming. Like, for me, it's February 23rd, and this video is going up. Well, this video is going up like the second week of March, because I'm not filming the first March video today. I'm filming that tomorrow. But regardless, I'm like right around there kind of thing. And where I'm going with that is right before my family came to visit, I like finished up my February videos. So I was in February filming February videos, which is kind of like how I actually almost prefer that. But I've also kind of changed my like video schedule almost in a way that like I can often film 2 videos in one day. So that knocks out a whole week of videos in one day. So it's not super stressful, but like the shadow has glitter in it, which is fine because I'm gonna put a shimmer in the middle. I don't know, I'm so back and forth with this palette. I love the colors because it's something that I don't already have it in my collection, if that makes any sense. But like, I also get kind of stumped on what to do with it. Like I consistently go back to this like teal green shade. I know that was even the shade that I used, like the main color that I used when I first tried this palette in January. And I try really hard when I'm doing like these singular palette focused videos to like not use the same colors over and over again. I try really hard to do that, but this teal color just always calls back to me. And it's such a good like transition into spring color. It's like it's still a little cold, it's still a little icy, but it's got like a slight spring vibe to it, you know? Anyways, yeah, I get kind of really stuck on this palette. Like, I feel very limited in certain ways, certain things that I can do with it. I almost find that this palette works better in tandem with something else. All right, next up, I'm gonna take my finger and go into the shade Arctic Fox and just fucking smear that everywhere pretty much. Are you guys excited for it to be spring? I'm torn. I'm torn. And here's where I'm torn with. The cold hurts my bones, okay? Like it hurts my joints immensely. But I also fucking hate bugs. You know, like a little toss up there. I also hate when it gets too hot. And spring means that it's going to start getting hot soon. So, again, bitching about it being too hot on quite literally probably our coldest day of the year. But also, like at the same time, my OCD, we've learned this year, recently rather, that winter and I don't get along because there's so many like illnesses that exist in the winter that I don't have to, but that my OCD has to like panic about. I'm excited for the summer in the sense that like, you know, you don't really get sick as often in the summer. The irony of the fact that I got COVID in June. But apparently my OCD has decided it's no longer concerned about COVID. I don't question things. Okay, it's a little messy. It'll come together towards the end. I'm gonna go clean up underneath my eyes, put on a little tiny baby wing, and I'll be back to like play around with some foundation stuff. I'm really battling these storm clouds today. Because of course, the day I didn't film, Tuesday, it was like sunny and nice for at least the beginning part of the month, month. And then the 2 days I have like planned for me to film are super, super, super stormy. It's supposed to rain for like the next week straight, which is insane because I feel like we've gotten so much rain this year. Anyways, like I said, I want to try to put on as little foundation as possible, like really, really thin layers. I know that I'm going to be battling against this fucker right here, but we're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to see how well we can do. I'm going to start out with this Iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. This has really, really, really grown on me. The only thing I hate is that this part is disgusting. Hate it so much, but I just think that the primer itself is really pretty. I'm just gonna scrape off some right there. Like, I know that that looks like a lot, but it blends in so easily and it's so pretty. And it's really thin too, so it blends in really easily. You know, I film while wearing my rings. And then I go to get them cleaned and I'm like, why are these so disgusting? All right, well, I kind of let this sink in a little bit because it does soak in a little bit more. See, it has just like the slightest tint to it that just starts to correct your skin, which is why I like to start with it. But I'm going to use also the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Typically, I would only put this underneath my eyes, but I think I'm going to put it in a couple more places as well because, again, it has just the slightest amount of coverage to it, so it's going to help kind of even out the skin just a little bit more. I also have my Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Corrector that I always use underneath my eyes, and my random shitty, what's the word I'm looking for? Concealer that I hate the way that it looks underneath my eyes, so I always use it as spot correcting, and we're gonna spot correct the shit out of this guy. Okay, so now that this has soaked in mostly, and it just kind of leaves behind like just the softest texture. Like, it really is just like ever so slightly blurring. It's not like perfectly blurring, but it does do a little something. I don't know what it is, but I really like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna speed you guys through me applying these 3 products because, well, I've already told you what they are. And in the sake of time, you know? See, like, if this fucker wasn't right here, I'd be almost happy with how my skin looks just like this. Almost. Not quite, but almost. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just 1 pump of foundation. Typically I use more than that. And I'm going to start out, I'm going to just kind of dotting it around my face. Too much on that spot. I feel like if I disperse it like this, it should be easier for my sponge to disperse it. I look insane. Let me live. By the way, I use the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I'm gonna blend out my chin very last to kind of give that little spot as much time as possible. Again, I think that if I was having like a really good skin day, week, whatever, I think I would have been able to pull this off with maybe just like some spot concealing here and there. But it was kind of bothering me that my forehead was a different color than the rest of my face because I didn't put any concealer up there. Obviously that could have been mitigated by putting concealer up there, but the irony of the fact that I'm in the middle of a no-buy to use up my makeup, but I'm also in the process of attempting to learn how to use less makeup at a time. That looks nice. Why do I always use so much goddamn foundation? I feel like part of the reason why I always end up using way more foundation is A, because I'll like squeeze out my foundation onto like a blending palette or something, and I will immediately, like, I'll go directly in with the beauty, like the blending sponge, rather than dotting it around my face like that. So the sponge is picking up way more product and depositing it into one place, as opposed to what I just did. But also, it doesn't help that I've really, 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 really love mixing foundations, and you start adding in more foundation when you're mixing because, you know, you're trying to get that perfect ratio and this and that. A little bit down the center of the nose for a little bit of extra coverage, and we're just going to, again, just conceal that guy. It's the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, by the way. And then for cream bronzer, I'm going to use the NARS cream bronzer in Laguna 2. And I also kind of want to try something here. Because usually what I'll do, what I've been doing for the past couple months, is I will put my concealer underneath my eyes like it is now. So not blend it out, just let it sit underneath my eyes. A creamy concealer. You can't do this with like a more mattifying concealer. And then I will put on my cream bronzer and my cream blush, and then I'll blend out that concealer. What happened on my forehead just now. And when I go to blend out that concealer, I'll end up blending away quite a bit of that cream product. So I think what I want to do, well, particularly my cream blush is what will get blended away. Let me match my bronzer on each side and then I'll kind of soften it. So I think what I want to do, I'll be especially good with this bronzer because this bronzer is a little bit much sometimes. Sun. Okay, I don't fucking know, man. It's like so dark right there. Oh, and now the sun's going away. Okay. A little bit on the sides of the nose. On the bottom. Had to get close to the mirror for that one. Sorry for the weird angle. Anyways, yeah. I want to try blending out my concealer now and then putting on my cream blush. We'll kind of see how that goes. Because lately it's been like blending away and then I'll have to go in and apply more cream blush anyway, so you can still see the bump of the guy, but he's not as noticeable. See, that looks so much more just like natural. A lot less harsh. And then for cream blush, I'm gonna go in with the LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush. I just put my finger inside of it in the shade Kindness because I do love a peachy blush with a teal eye. I just think they're so cute together. I don't remember who it was. I almost want to say it was Mario. I'm not gonna butcher his last name. I won't do that. Makeup by Mario. I could have sworn I saw a TikTok of him doing makeup, or it was some other like famous celebrity makeup artist. I don't know, but he was like one of them. Someone, I swear to God, it was Mario. Was just like, put a little cream blush up here, makes it all blend nicely, and I've been loving that. I think it's cute. But see, when I blend out my concealer first, I can't actually put my cream blush all the way up here like I want to. All right, I'm gonna spray my face like I always do. And then, okay, now that I'm looking extra wet, I'm gonna show you guys what powder cheek products I have. And then I'm gonna speed you guys through it and then I'll jump off to like set down the rest of my face because it's normal. But yeah, for blush, I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. This is in the shade Pink Sands. It's very, very light. It has just like the center pink peach shade comes through the most. So it's just like a very, very soft peach. It's very blurring blush as well. And then for bronzer, I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Bronzed Duo in the shade Light. I'm gonna predominantly use a lighter one. I probably won't go into this one at all today. Probably. I don't know. Who's to say? And then, like I said, once I do that, I'm gonna jump off and set down the rest of my face. I still gotta wait for this to dry though before I can do shit. Okay, so this is everything with the Color Cheek products on before I jump off to set down the rest of my face. Kind of like the same thing that I did with blending out the bronzer and then like, you know, taking my foundation sponge, like my makeup sponge, and kind of going over it. Sometimes if it's a little bit harsh, especially on the forehead, I'll take my powder foundation that I'm using to set down the rest of my face and I'll kind of go over it to kind of soften it even more. So another option if things get a little bit heavy. But like I said, I'm gonna jump off and set down the rest of my face. I will be right back. My skin looks really good, even with the guy. Even with that fucker, my skin looks really good today. So I did end up taking a little bit of that powder foundation and just kind of softening up my cheeks just a little bit. Just, you can still tell it's there. I also decided I didn't really want to do anything with my under eyes. I just took a little tiny bit of my bronzer and just kind of very lightly put it underneath my eyes, not a lot at all. This little spot right here won't blend and it's pissing me the fuck off. Anyways, I know that you can still see blush, but I always like to put on a little bit of a glowy blush. I'm going to use just the smallest amount of Milani Luminoso. Just the smallest amount. Like literally the smallest amount. Okay, and then for my highlight, I'm going to use the Revlon Skin Lights highlight in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. I don't want too much. Because I'm really kind of enjoying this like soft matte look that's going on. Like just a light amount of glow. I feel like at the end of this, my face looks the same as it usually does when I put on the same amount of foundation. So really, why was I wearing so much fucking foundation? Okay, I'm gonna forego my typical dewy setting spray that I usually put on. Because like I said, I'm kind of liking this like almost soft matte, like sheer glow kind of look that's going on. So I am gonna go finish up the rest of my face. I have not the slightest clue what lipstick I'm gonna put on. Nothing whatsoever. So I'm gonna go do all of that and I will be right back. I can't wait to finish filming so I can turn the heater back on. It's so cold. So really quick, for my lips, I used the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in the shade Bare Affair. Just decided to keep it a little neutral, a little shiny. And then I also did just want to throw out there, for my under eyes, just to about halfway, I used the About Face Line Artist Liner in the shade Call Me Crazy because it matched perfectly. But I didn't want like too much color under there, but I just wanted like a little bit, just a little bit of something, you know. That's how my makeup turned out. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I think that everything just looks really nice. My skin looks insanely blurred on camera. I have no filters on. I'm also slightly out of focus. There we go. My skin looks insanely blurred on camera. I just want to throw out there, I have no filters on anything, but just like the way I think that I did my makeup today is just really complimentary to like smoothing out your skin. Let me actually zoom you guys in really quick and just like show you like real up close. Wrong way. There we go. Hi. So like obviously you can still see like my pores and like my little fine lines and everything, but like my skin looks really nice. It probably also helps that I did shave my face this morning. So, oops, too far again. Yeah, it probably does help that I shaved my face this morning, so, you know, there's no extra like peach fuzz on my face or anything for like everything to stick to. I really need to get in the habit of doing that more often, but I tend to like quite literally do it once a month, regardless. I think this is a really cute, like, going into spring look. It's got like, it definitely has spring vibes, but it's still a little bit cold, a little bit, you know, everything like that. So I'm happy with the way that my makeup look turned out. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that you guys learned something. Comment down below and let me know how many pumps of foundation you use. I would love to know. Or maybe you don't use foundation at all. I would love to get there at some point, but like the breakouts that I have and the scarring and everything like that, like I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I would love to get there one day. Yeah. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!